Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jessica. I'm going to be doing your tarot reading tonight. And I figured I would just do all signs and see what pops up for y'all. I don't really have a specific thing. It could be love, it could be career. We shall see what the deal is though. I've kind of already shuffled my cards just so everybody knows, and if anybody's interested that doesn't know, there is a full moon on the 19th. And the moon was so pretty tonight too. I went out and looked at it and it almost looks full, but it's just so pretty and bright. So let's get this started. Aries. Yeah, I didn't shuffle enough. Let's keep going. What's the message for Aries? What's the message for Aries? Please and thank you. What's the message for Aries? I know the shuffling is kind of boring and it takes up a lot of time in the video, but it is necessary to the whole progression. Sorry, I dropped some cards, but there were too many, so we can't count them. Alright, what's the message for Aries? Time to get down to business. This one. I think it's time to self-reflect a little bit, Aries. With the Sun reverse next to the Hermit upright, yeah, I just feel like some reflection is needed. With fire signs, it's like, I feel like fire signs, and especially Aries, always has to be like, go, 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 go. But sometimes, like, it's okay to not be the little kid, to not be the little prankster. Like, to be the little joker, the one that's always like the energy bundle, the energy source of every situation. Sometimes it's okay to turn off the lights and then turn on your inner light and let your intuition, your reflection, your wisdom, that inner wisdom, your higher voice, your higher self, let that guide you. Because that's what the Hermit's light really is. It's his inner voice, it's his intuition, it's everything he's learned and what he reflects on. It's all that guiding him down his path. Okay, Aries? So that's what I feel like you need to do. You need to just lay off of feeling like you have to always be up, always be on, and it's okay to just settle down and go in. And possibly all Aries are already doing that. That's what those cards can mean also, that's what you're doing. And that if that is what you're doing, is a lot of self-reflecting right now, then that's good. Self-reflecting is always good. It helps us grow. Helps us get more grounded in whatever situation we're dealing with. Okay, Taurus. So what's the message for you, Taurus? Huh? You want the tea too, right? Oh, Jesus. Oh. Too many cards. Back to the drawing board. Okay. Taurus, somebody not using their intuition maybe ignoring their intuition. Alright. Maybe wanting to know something that you don't know. I'm kind of feeling like you're ignoring your intuition though. When I get the High Priestess reverse, no matter what, that's usually a sign to me. That one's getting pushed forward. Okay. So yeah, Taurus, I feel like you feel... I feel overwhelmed. Like you feel overwhelmed, a little bit burdened, not sure what's coming in. I feel like it's very unsureness with this duo, with the High Priestess reversed and then the Three of Wands reversed. Like I feel like you don't really know. You're very confused. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what you think of the situation, how you feel. You don't really, I just get a lot of confusion with you guys. What's happening with y'all? Is making you so dang topsy-turvy, because I feel like Tauruses are very grounded. Like they kind of always know where they stand, if anything. They might not understand everything that's going on around them, but they know where they stand and who they are. And I feel like with Taurus right now, you don't know how you feel about something. You don't know if your intuition's correct, and you don't even know if something's possible. So wow, that's kind of deep, Taurus. Alright, Gemini. What's the message for Gemini? What's going on with Gemini? What's going on with Gemini? What's the message? What's the deal? What's the tea? All that stuff. Tra la 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 la. That one's trying to get pushed out. So, okay, Jimmy's. So I feel like you're getting a little bit more stable, grounded. Like, this guy is he's juggling. He's trying to make everything work, everything happen, everything grow. And upside down, I feel like he's just like, fuck that shit, basically. Letting your guard down. I feel like you're letting your guard down with the Queen of Swords, the reverse. Yeah. Just loosening up. I really get that feeling, you know, with this duo looking down at it, the Two of Pentacles reversed and then the Queen of Swords reversed. Like, I just feel like you're loosening up. You're letting your guard down. You're not getting such a chokehold grip on something that you once had. Like, you're just giving it a chance to breathe, whatever that is. Could be love, could be money, could be whatevs, but something that you've been hardcore focused on. You've had your knife up. You've been in attack mode or in preparedness mode, and you know, juggling several things, just trying to make it happen. You're dropping it. You're dropping the juggling. You're dropping the sword. You're like, you know what? Bye. Okay. Cancer. What's going on with Cancer? What's the message for Cancer? What does Cancer need to know? What's going on? Okay. I keep seeing that card, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. That one wanted to come up, though. Oh, okay. So I feel like Cancer is feeling really defeated right now. I'm sorry to say that. Like, they just feel like that defeated, that sad feeling looking down at this. Sometimes the Queen of Cups, like, it's weird, man. Like, it's like what my intuition feeling kind of morphs the image for me a little bit. Because sometimes the Queen of Cups looks like she's, like, very fixated in a nurturing way on the cups in her hand. But then next to this Four of Swords, like, she just looks kind of sad to me. And I feel like you're kind of maybe stuck into a state of, like, thinking about what was. Because also we have the Queen of Cups looking at this broken home situation. That's what the Four of Wands card is for me. It's like a home. It's like a union. It's like a marriage. Anything that you're committed to. It doesn't always have to be a relationship. But whatever it is, I just feel like you're really stuck in your emotions a little bit, dwelling on it, feeling a little bit like you don't know what you're going to do next. Just kind of dwelling. It's a dwelling on a bad situation type of vibe I get. All right, Leo. This one's wanting to come out, so we're going to take it, right? So, Leo, I feel like you are going to be moving away from something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you might be actually physically moving. Some Leos might actually be physically moving. That's crazy because I just actually thought about that. Oh, Lord, I just actually thought about that. I know a Leo that is actually moving in a couple weeks. Wow, I just actually connected that in my head. So that definitely must be for some Leos out there. That must be the situation with some of y'all then, that you're actually moving. Okay, and you're not really sure about how you feel about leaving the situation. I feel like with that Page of Wands reversed, like it's kind of like dodgy energy when it's reversed. It's very in and out. Because I think the Page of Wands and all pages really get like a bad rep. Like it's not a very mature feeling that you get with the pages. Okay, so when it's reversed, it's like even more immature, like unpreparedness almost, I'm feeling. Okay, but for others of you too that might not be actually physically moving, I feel like you're mentally moving. Yeah, I was just about to say, but that full reverse coming out, I was actually just about to say that you're moving to a state of non-communication, Leo. Whatever the situation is, and I kind of am feeling like it's a relationship situation, you're just not wanting to communicate, and you're mentally going away in your head to deal with your own bullshit. Whatever you're dealing with in your head, you're doing that, and your mouth remaining shut, okay? Those are the two situations I get from that setup. All right, Virgo, Virg. What's the message for Virgo? What does Virgo need to know? What's going on with Virgo? All that. Virgo. Virgo. What's the message and situation going on with Virgo? Come on, cards. push something up, do something. Some signs need more shuffling than others. There we go. Up, conflict, and a lack of feeling in control, Virgo. This could be inner conflict, this could be outer conflict. I kind of feel like it's a combo of both, honestly. I feel like you don't feel like you're in as much control as you used to be, or that you have as much power or as much pull, as much leeway. You know, basically you felt more secure and in charge and grounded and stable and basically like a bad mamma jamma, and now you're just kind of like and there's a lot of conflict going on. There's a lot of inner conflict and there's a lot of outer conflict. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what I'm getting off of that. I'm trying to think if I could think of anything else. It's a very cut and dry kind of combo and setup. Yeah, I don't really get anything else, and this is kind of just like a basic thing, so I'm not really trying to do a personal read here. But whatever the situation is for you, Virgo, yeah, you feel like kind of defeated and just, it's not a good feeling, unfortunately, for my Virgos. Heavily in conflict right now and kind of feel like you don't got the upper hand in it. All right, Libras. What's the message for Libras? What's going on with Libras? What's happening with them? Libras, this one wanted to pop out, so we're going to take it. Some kind of, okay, this is actually pretty clear. So Libras, I feel like you've made a connection with somebody where you're not actually having to give as much as you used to in the past. Now, from every Libra that I've ever met in my life, there is one thing that is very, very, like, consistent, is that they are givers, okay? They naturally want to balance things out. They naturally want to balance the scales, so to speak. I mean, they're just, I don't think that they're doormats or anything. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm just saying that they are very giving people. And so when they get into love relationships, they can tend to give a little bit more than they should. And in this situation, it looks like you've met somebody that's actually turning the tables on your normal setup where you're normally giving. They're turning the tables on that with that Six of Pentacles in reverse. And they're basically like, yeah, I got you. For once, about time, they got you. Okay? And then Two of Cups is pretty strong connection to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it's like definitely a relationship over a job type of situation. Could be family, could be friends, could be lovers, but it's something that you have a strong connection with that person, and they're just, you know, they're giving to you. Could be helping you out, could just be pampering you, you know, taking care of you. Hey, doesn't sound bad for Libra. All right, Scorpio. All right, Scorps. What's the situation? What's the message? What's the tea? Alright, Scorpio. Yeah, pushed up. I've been taking that as a sign. Okay, so I can get several messages off of this, and it really just depends on what resonates with you and how your situation's going. First of all, the Lovers upright next to Seven of Cups upright. Obviously, we could say that, you know, the Scorpio got several choices in the love department. Okay, several different options. Right? Several different options. He's looking at every different type of thing he can have, okay? And some of y'all Scorpios might be doing that, all right? Which, if that's the case, great. It's nice to have options, okay? Other Scorpios, I'm getting a confusing soulmate connection. And you're just confused. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure which cup to grab from or how to go about this, because I feel like it's possibly something that you've never dealt with before. You know, the Lovers card to me is also a choice card, so some Scorpios out there might be also dealing with a choice that confuses them. Yeah, it's one of those situations. Either you got a lot of options in the booty department, or you got some choices that are confusing to make. That's what I'm getting for Scorps. Alright, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, would you like to know what your message is? Or what's going on with you? You probably already know what's going on with you. But would you like to, would you like to get some stuff confirmed, perhaps? Oh, 2 cards flying out the gate. Okay, we'll take them. All right. If only this was in reverse, or if this setup was differently, you know, because with this 10 of Wands first next to the Temperance, I kind of feel like it's just different. You know, it's a different kind of message than what I would initially feel. All right, so what I was going to say basically is y'all are like, shut up your babbling and just explain. It's hard to explain what happens in your head when you see cards. I've been pulling recently the Temperance first and then the 10 of Wands, which to me is like getting a balance away from your struggles and stuff. But with this, I kind of feel like Sagittarius, you're kind of picking up the brunt of the work for the sake of the good. Type of situation. Like, I got this shit. I'm about to go ahead and try to carry all this load on my back so I can create some balance in my life, which actually is kind of a very noble and cool thing to do. Just don't let yourself become overwhelmed and feeling like you're the only one that's trying for balance, because I feel like that's what the 10 of Wands is too. I mean, he just looks like he's really just trying to keep his wands together. And I feel like you too are trying to keep your shit together in order to either hold on to or gain a sense of balance. Alright, Capricorn. What's going on for Capricorn? What's the message for Capricorn? What's the deal with Capricorn? What is a Capricorn? No. All that though. Seriously. Okay, this one's wanting to pop out, so we're going to take it. Somebody is taking the blindfold off to an emotional connection that they were having. And I feel like with this, it's kind of like the situation where you've not wanted to see the emotional connection. You know, Capricorns are very like, goat-like. They're so goat-like, and they are the goats. So it's like, if they are goat, they're just so goat. Why are y'all like the goats? But I just feel like goats are like, chewing on their grass. Anyway, the wren whirls. I'm just here, a goat, being a goat. You know, I'm not trying to say Capricorns are boring. I'm certainly not trying to say that. I'm just saying y'all are very secure and steady. Like, you know who you are and what you're doing and what the deal is. Every day you wake up, you brush your teeth at 9 o'clock, you eat your Wheaties, you read the newspaper, you walk the dog, you know, every day. So, you know, you've had a realization recently about a connection, about a very emotional start that you really, I feel like, weren't prepared for almost. Like, not prepared, but like weren't expecting it in a way. Like you were blind to it and now you're not anymore. Like you see that connection that's been there this whole time type of situation. Interesting. All right, Aquarius. Speaking of interesting, the most interesting zodiac sign in the lot. And you know what? For me to say that and be a Gemini, I'm being real. I'm being honest right now. Aquariuses are like, you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do for my next video. I think I'm just going to sit here and just have a chat with y'all about how I feel about every sign. And yeah, I'm going to go in. And I'll probably definitely go in on Geminis like nobody's gone in on Geminis before. Alright, but back to this reading. It's another reading for another day. Okay, Aquarius. What's happening with Aquarius? What's the message with Aquarius? Progression. Aquarius is progressing. That's weird. That's an odd setup for an odd sign, right? Because we have the Chariot upright and then we have the Six of Cups upright. So like you're progressing into your past? What? No. Okay. So what I'm feeling with this, now that I've had a moment to kind of soak it up, I feel like you're using your past to move forward, if that makes sense. I feel like there was a situation or a person in the past that taught you a great deal, and you're kind of going back on that right now to use that knowledge and insight that you gained from that situation or that person or whatever that is. Something in the past basically is helping you move forward now. It's helping you progress now. Okay? Yeah. That's kind of weird. I feel like that's a very specific message, so My Aquariuses, if there are any that watch this, must know what that is, because that's really weird. But yeah, something from your past is driving you now, basically, is what I just heard too. Like a past motivation is helping you, springing you forward now. That's so weird. Okay. Pisces, last but certainly not least, and also my favorite sign to read, and when we get to these all the sign readings, because reading for 12 signs is actually kind of draining, even just these mini little 30-second, minute long snippets. I'm not gonna take that. All right, Pisces. What's the message for Pisces? What's going down with Pisces? What's the message? What's the situation? This one tried to turn over, so we're gonna let it. Okay, Pisces. So I feel like you're unsure of something. Like, I feel like you're unsure of a judgment call that you made in the past. Something that you went really intensely, fiercely into, and now you're questioning that, basically. Okay, I feel like the Judgment card upright is a very sure card, like in your decisions. You know, blowing the trumpets home, basically, like blowing the truth, that's just how I look at that, like blowing the message, delivering the message. All the people are around with their hands up and they're like, yes, we hear you, we see you, awesome. So like, it reversed. I just feel like a bad judgment call that you're trying to move on from now. You want to let your swords down, like you want to drop your swords. You know, Five of Swords upright is getting ready to do some fierce battling. You know, some fierce battling. You ready to cut somebody the fuck up if you need be. You know, but that Judgment reversed in front of it, just, I don't know. It just gives me that feeling of like you might have made a bad choice, and this came out a little bit, the Three of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, you might have feel like you've been working on something that you should have been working on, or putting energy into something that you should have been putting energy into, or it could be you made a judgment that you regret, but you're wanting to release yourself out of a battle-like situation, out of a conflict. You're wanting to release yourself out of that, out of a bad decision that's led to conflict. I don't know, that's weird. Why are you guys so weird tonight? Like, really, all your messages, I don't understand. Okay, let's do the collective and then skidats. What's the message overall for the collective? So you're guarded right now by a thought, a realization that you've had, or you're blinding yourself to a realization and a thought. You're allowing something in your mind to restrict you, basically, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know what the situation is. I don't. But whatever it is, you're allowing yourself to be restricted by it. But I feel like you don't have to be. It's not something that you have to be restricted by. You're just kind of in your head a little bit too much, is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like a lot of people are just in their head right now about choices they've made. Things that they've stood firmly on, and now they feel bound to it almost, and like they can't escape that choice, they can't escape that truth, that realization. Odd, strange. I wanted to pull one more card for the collective, since we're dealing with more people or in the, you know, general energy. It's kind of a little bit confusing, but that's what I'm getting. It's kind of like you're bound by realization, truth. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Whatever it is bringing you sorrow. Okay, so you might have found out something recently that really makes you sad and really makes you upset. Okay, it could have been any time recently, from like within the last month, I'm feeling like. But yeah, you feel really intensely bound by it and stuck. You know, not sure what to do. You feel very anxious. You feel very withdrawn. I don't know if you're sleeping. Probably not, because when you lay down, them swords are coming right down on your head. So you're probably not sleeping because you probably have dreams about it. But something, yeah, something you found out. some bit of information, some spark in your brain, some realization. It's caused you to feel very bound and very, not a good feeling. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Kind of sucks to leave it on a sour note like that, right? But we're just doing little snippets. I'm not trying to solve anybody's issues. Just giving you a little, maybe either confirmation on what you're dealing with or insight to what you might be dealing with. You know, or if you're a cross watcher for a different sign than yours, maybe what they're feeling or what they're going through. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the reading and that I hope that it resonated and helped somehow. We out.